Next, he made his name on stage with his hilarious stand-up routines, not to mention roles in small-screen comedy hits, Fresh Meat and Bad Education. And now comedian Jack Whitehall is bound for the silver screen in the Bad Education movie. Take a look.
Pain is temporary, Joe. Being an absolute badass lasts forever. Ink me. Who wants to go to Cornwall?
What the hell is Cornwall?
It's abroad, right?
Our children are not going on a school trip with that clown.
One for the road.
I'm going to take them on a holiday that is so mental. If it was a movie, everyone would be played by Nicolas Cage. Our trip is going to be insane.
What's Cornwall's biggest industry?
Inbreeding,
Racism.
mullets,
Pasties, clotted cream.
And Jack joins me now in studio. Jack, you're very welcome. Everything is seemingly coming up Jack Whitehall, from Disney's Frozen to, putting this on the silver screen.
Yes, well, this film I will actually be in when it comes out. Frozen didn't work out so well. I recorded one line. I was Gothi the troll. And I saw the troll walk onto the screen, and he opened his mouth, and then it cut away.
Oh no!
My line had been gone, and I was told that my part had been reduced to a non-speaking role in the animation.
So you're just on the cutting room floor of Disney.
Yeah. Although if they're going to play this game, then I'm happy to play it as well. If non-speaking roles count, then I'm going to start lying.
Okay.
I was the lamp in Aladdin.
There you go. There you go.
As well.
That was a much coveted part, actually.
It was, yeah.
A lot of people got...
Not many lines, but it was very prominent.
Yeah, a lot of people got burned, actually, going for that role. They're still recovering. But this movie, you co-wrote it. How much of your personal experience goes into the writing?
Well, some of it, like, we went down to Cornwall to look around Cornwall and find some sets and get some inspiration before we wrote the film. So we went to the Eden Project, which is like a big garden centre, I guess, would be a way of really underselling it. No, it's an amazing place, the Eden Project. But they had the longest zip wire in Europe. So I took one look at that and I thought, what's the worst thing that could happen to someone on a zip wire? And then we wrote that into the film.
Oh boy.
I have my trousers taken away from me and I pushed down the longest zip wire in Europe, which I had to then shoot 5 times. It was very cold.
I was going to say, was it chilly
We
enough?
also didn't have enough money to shut down the whole of the Eden Project, so at one point the wind changed and I got stuck dangling from a zip wire with my pants around my ankles, and there was all these schools on viewing platforms with camera phones.
Oh wow.
It was a nightmare.
Oh man.
I felt quite vulnerable.
Ad-free advertisement there, apparently.
Yeah.
Now, with this, obviously it's been in its series form on BBC, and now you're taking it to the big screen. Do you find there's a big difference with making a long production versus the smaller episodic things?
Yeah, definitely. And when you're doing a film, you have a little bit more money to play around with, and there's a little bit more scale, so you can do stuff that you wouldn't necessarily get to do when you're making a TV show. And I love action films and adventure films, and those are the films I like going to as a kid. So we borrowed quite heavily from that genre.
Nice.
So there's like explosions, there's a helicopter rescue, a sword fight, big battle sequence.
So it's kind of like Jack Whitehall's take on kind of Michael Bay light.
There's a shot that is like copied 100% from Bad Boys.
Yes.
Where I asked that I'm doing this ridiculous speech to the Cornish people, like rallying them up to rebel against the English, and the camera literally is on a dolly going around me like that, like Michael Bay always does. I just said, Michael Bay me.
You had me at bay, man. I'm going to this movie repeatedly. Now, I wanted to talk to you because you auditioned for the role of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I think you dodged a major bullet there, but how did that even come about?
I don't know, I was about the right age, and then it would have been quite fun. I don't know whether that's a dodged bullet.
No, I think you dodged a bullet because there's a thing called Radcliffe-itis.
Yeah.
And if you get struck with that, nobody will ever look at you outside of being Harry Potter in any production you're in.
Yeah, that's true. I have a story. My friend was at a house party that Daniel Radcliffe turned up at.
Oh, wow.
And I think it's an interesting response to seeing Daniel Radcliffe, because I imagine most people would respect him as an actor that has achieved a lot for his age and has made that part his own. But I think maybe they were slightly drunk, because he said he went upstairs at about 1 o'clock in the morning and all these boys had locked Daniel Radcliffe into a cupboard and were stood outside it chanting "Magic your way out of that."
Oh my God, but it could have been worse. He could have been naked with a horse. Like, so they're lucky he went with the Harry Potter angle. Now, you're no stranger to the silver screen. Your family, you have a lot of history, obviously. Your dad was an agent and you do have a show with your dad.
Yeah.
Do you think you're just destined for stardom? Did that kind of shape how you went into the industry?
I think my dad was an agent for a while, and so he saw a lot of actors. You know, he had some ones that did well, but the vast majority of the actors he looked after were out of work.
Yeah.
So he'd seen the bad side of the industry, so he was desperate for me to do anything other than become an actor.
Yeah.
He was so desperate for me to do something proper, but unfortunately I've let him down, and
You didn't
now
leave
dragged him
down
into
at
it
all.
as
Yeah.
well.
If I'm going down, Dad, you're coming
Yeah.
with me. And well, that's what I wanted to ask you. Working with your dad, obviously Michael, what are your thoughts on other kind of like celebrity or showbiz families? What are your thoughts on the Kardashians?
The Kardashians. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess our family unit, celebrity-wise, is slightly different. Although, you know, if my dad was planning on doing a Bruce Jenner, I would support him and, in fact, celebrate the decision. I would actively encourage him.
You're so selfless, Jack.
Because he's so in touch with his feminine side, my father.
Now, moving swiftly on from dresses and your poor father.
He did actually get cross-dressed as a child.
Really?
Yeah, because my grandmother, Nora, wanted a daughter and had 2 sons, Barry and Michael. And because Michael was the youngest, Nora made him wear dresses as a baby. My dad's going to be so happy that I'm telling that story.
Jack
He
Whitehall
loves
was
it.
disowned on Expose in Ireland. What about the Osbournes? What are your thoughts on them?
The Osbournes, yeah, again. Yeah, my dad has
Has an Aussie streak to him?
There's an Aussie streak to him. He's, got
So-
quite a shaky hand.
So who do you kind of affirm with more? Are you more of a Kelly or a Jack?
Well, probably a Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a Jack.
Okay, and last but not least, the Royals.
Yeah.
Careful now.
Famous showbiz family, the
Famous
Royals.
showbiz family, yeah, careful now.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Well, yeah, I think, probably my father is the only person that makes Prince Philip look like a rational man with a filter. My dad is Prince Philip without the filter.
Oh, wow. Your dad sounds like an amazing man. Prince Philip without the
He's quite
filter
tricky.
in a dress.
Yeah.
That's like just a smorgasbord of everything
Yeah.
fantastic. The poor man.
Yeah. I showed my dad that trailer that we just saw there, and it was quite exciting to show your father for the first time this thing that had taken me 2 years to create, and he just paused and went, not a subtle film, is it? I was like, well, yeah.
Right.
Fair assertion,
Right,
probably.
fair enough. Well, come here. Thanks a million for coming in today.
Thank you.
And
Thank you very
best
much.
of luck with the media tour for this. And hopefully you'll make your way back to us again.
Thank you.
And you can see that movie, the Bad Education movie, in Irish cinemas from the 21st of August. Go see it. Next up, it's time to reveal who is behind today's top tweet.